Welcome back, everybody, to Jammin's Journey. And on today's show with Templar Knight Crypto, we are going to be talking about Miracle Chain and Miracle Chain Mainnet now going live. So, if you are in Bellator, if you are in Cash Flow NFT, this is the video for you. I'm going to go into detail on how to add your Miracle Mainnet to your MetaMask account. You can use the same information I'm going to share to add it to other wallets where you can add a custom uh, mainnet. And then I'm also going to go into some details uh, about how things are going to work with the Miracle mainnet, specifically with Bellator and Cashflow NFT. So you'll want to stay tuned for that information as well if you have questions. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get into it. So as we can see, Miracle Chain mainnet is now live. You may have received an email with that information. I received an email with that information. And so I'm going to jump right over to the email. Let me get that pulled up here real quick. And so that we can see exactly what the communication was from the company, so that we can then know what we need to do based on the information that the company provided. So as you can see here, dear Bellator community, there was also one sent to the Cashflow NFT community as well. We are pleased to officially confirm that the migration is complete. We are now fully live on the Miracle Chain network. Below are the important updates you need to know. We'll cover that. We're going to scroll down here. How to add Miracle Chain to MetaMask. Please follow these steps below. And so this information I'm going to also have in the description of this video. But I'll be covering some things here because previously there was some mainnet information shared with the community about 2 or 3 weeks ago to add um, a Miracle Chain mainnet to your MetaMask that I think a lot of people did, myself included. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to remove that mainnet that we had previously so that you don't get confused, so that you don't get things messed up in your MetaMask account. So what we're going to do, you can see here, I am in my MetaMask account. Now, I am in a browser. You may be on a phone. So the steps on how to actually get to specific places in the MetaMask wallet itself may be a little bit different if you're on a mobile device. You just want to be able to find the places that you need to go, and I'll make sure to highlight those as we go along. So as you can see here, I have all popular networks selected and it's showing all the different networks here. So if I click on this drop down, I can go to custom and you're going to see that I had the Miracle Chain testnet and then I had Miracle Chain mainnet. Now again, this is the old mainnet. This is the one that we are going to be deleting because the mainnet information changed. Okay, so if you added the mainnet a few weeks ago of the time of this recording, so if you added it in the beginning or middle of December of 2025, then that is going to be the incorrect mainnet to have in your MetaMask. Now, how can you tell that? I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to click on edit real quick. And if your chain ID says 5446, then you know that that is the wrong mainnet. Some of this other information also changed with the URLs, but the real key thing to make it quick and easy for you is if your chain ID says 5446, then that is the wrong mainnet. That's the wrong information. So, how do we delete the wrong mainnet that's there, the mainnet that we're not supposed to have? So, we're going to go back to custom and we're going to see that you may have nothing here. You may have the Miracle Chain net, and that's the only thing. If you click the three dots, you just click delete. So for me in the browser, I'm just clicking the three dots and I'm clicking delete. Somewhere on the right hand side, you should have the option if you're on a mobile device or something like that. If you see that and you're wanting to delete it, just find out what you have to click on to either edit or delete it. In this case, we want to delete it. So I'm going to click delete. Yes, I want to delete it. And so now if I go back into my custom networks, I should only have the test net. And then sure enough, all I have is the Miracle Chain test net. Now, how do we add the Miracle Chain mainnet that's now live and active in our MetaMask account? Okay, that's step number one after we delete it, so the old one, so we don't get confused. All right, so step number two here is to add the correct one. So we're going to click Add Custom Network. Now, again, if you're not using MetaMask, you're using a different wallet. It's however that wallet allows you to add a custom network. You can then follow along with the same information that I'm going to use, and this information is going to be down in the description below of the video. Now, I'm going to name this Miracle Chain Mainnet. I'm using 2 words for the word mainnet. That's just my preference. You can use 1 word. It is entirely up to you. Next, we have the default RPC URL. So we're going to click on this and it's going to say add RPC URL. So I am simply just going to copy and paste what was in the email. I also have it in the description below, and we're going to paste that in there. Um, be sure that it's HTTP S as in Sam. That S is very important. Now, it is entirely optional for you to put a name in here, but I always like to name everything. So I am going to name this Miracle Chain, I should say, main net. That way I know exactly what this RPC is. And so once I've got all of that filled out, I click add URL and you'll now see Miracle Chain mainnet, and then it has the URL underneath it. Now the chain ID, there is a new chain ID for the Miracle Chain mainnet, and that is 1247. The currency symbol is going to stay the same. It's PNIC, which is the currency symbol for Phoenix. And then we have the block explorer. Okay, now this is going to be something that we're putting here in MetaMask, but we're also going to use it. And I'll explain a little bit later on what we're going to use it for. So you'll want to make sure that you have this URL saved. So we're going to, again, from the information in the email, also from the description below, we're going to grab the block explorer URL. We're going to add that. Once we have all of that information saved, we're going to click Save, and it's going to then change our MetaMask into the Miracle Chain mainnet view. And you'll notice that I already have Phoenix in my Miracle Chain wallet, and I'm going to explain that here in a moment. But at this point, I have added the Miracle Chain mainnet. Okay, so if I go to my networks, and let's say, if I go back here and I come back in and I'm on all popular networks and I want to go see what's on my Miracle Chain wallet, I just come here, I click on custom, and then I go to Miracle Chain mainnet, and there we go. I have my Miracle Chain mainnet now in my MetaMask wallet. All right, so this portion of the video covers how to do that. We just completed how to add the Miracle Chain mainnet. The next portion that I'm going to talk about has to do with Bellator, Cash Flow NFT, the NFTs that you may have had through those programs. Maybe the Phoenix, your rewards. I'm going to talk about that. So this next portion of the video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this migration process and what we want to be aware of. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pull up the Miracle Chain wallet, because I know that there were a lot of people that went and created a Miracle Chain wallet because the company asked us to. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing in regards to that, because I'm on a browser, is I'm setting my browser up to act like a mobile device, because the Miracle Chain wallet can only work on a mobile device. Okay? So that's item number one to know. So I'm making my browser act like a mobile device so that I can get into my Miracle Chain wallet. Okay, so here we have the Miracle Chain wallet. It is pulled up. Now, a lot of people were expecting their NFTs and maybe even their Phoenix and their rewards to end up in their Miracle Chain wallet, not in MetaMask. And that did not happen. I was somebody who, because of the way the company asked everyone to use the same email address that they had with Bellator to come create a Miracle Chain wallet, that this migration would actually migrate the assets, the nodes, and the tokens to the Miracle Chain wallet. But that is not what happened. What happened is they migrated to the Miracle Chain, but in the MetaMask wallet that was attached to your Bellator or Cash Flow account. So all of your assets right now are on the Miracle Chain mainnet, but they are in your MetaMask wallet. And I'm going to show you how you can see that information and where you can go to locate a lot of information. So next, we're going to go back to the email and we're going to scroll back up a little bit because we had the key migration updates. So let's look at that real quick. All nodes are now live on the Miracle Chain network. All right. All Phoenix, previously on the Avalanche network, have been successfully migrated to the Miracle Chain. Wonderful. All unclaimed Phoenix rewards up to Saturday, December 28th have been sent directly to individual wallets. All right. Your current reward center balance now reflects Miracle Chain's specific allocations from Saturday the 28th onward. As a result, you may notice the lower Phoenix balance in the reward center compared to what you saw previously. Okay. The reward center is fully operational. You can begin claiming rewards on the Miracle Chain network. All nodes purchased from December 26th onward will be delivered in batches on Miracle Chain within the next 48 hours. And then for those of you that like to stake, the staking is going to reopen within the next 48 to 72 hours. Wonderful. All right, so here's some key things that you need to know based on this information that I'm going to walk everyone through. The nodes are now live, all nodes. The Phoenix token that was previously on Avalanche has been migrated to Miracle Chain, and the unclaimed rewards were claimed for you as of Saturday, December 28th, and have been directly deposited into your wallet addresses. So I'm going to explain that and kind of walk everyone through this. So I'm going to go back in my MetaMask account, is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to start on the Avalanche network. Okay. And the reason I'm starting on the Avalanche network is a lot of you probably had Phoenix on the Avalanche network in your MetaMask account. And it's still going to be there. You're going to have a quantity, an amount of Phoenix, okay, in Avalanche. So that is not going to go away, right? But what you do want to do is you want to make sure that whatever the amount of Phoenix is that you have in your Avalanche part of your MetaMask account, that you have the same or more in your Miracle Chain section. So if you notice, I have 0 Phoenix on my Avalanche part in my MetaMask. But if I go to my Miracle Mainnet, I have over 12,000. Well, where did it come from? Where did that 12,000, where did the extra Phoenix come from? And that is because the company, as of Saturday, December 28th, claimed all the unclaimed Phoenix in the reward center and sent it to my wallet because I didn't do any claiming because I knew the migration was going on. So I stopped claiming any rewards and the company did it for me. And now I have all those rewards on the Miracle Chain side. Okay, so it is important, I want to stress that you need to look at your Avalanche quantity of Phoenix. Okay, you need to have a note of what that is, what that amount is, and you should have the same or more in your Miracle Chain mainnet. Okay, if you have less, you definitely are going to want to reach out to support, or if you don't quite understand where it all came from, you're going to want to reach out to support. Support is going to be the only place where they can go look into your account and tell you where things came from. Okay, your upline can't do it. Your friend can't do it. Your friend can guess. Like if you were to come to me and say, Ben, can you help me figure out what happened? Here's what I had before the migration. I can make an educated guess, but I cannot tell you exactly what happened for sure. So you're definitely going to want to go to support. If you have any questions about the amount of Phoenix or the discrepancy positively or very sure negatively, if you have a smaller amount on Miracle Chain than you do in Avalanche, you're definitely going to want to reach out to support. You can do that by going into your Bellator account, going over to the left-hand side, and finding the support option. That is how you contact support. Now, let's talk about nodes. Okay, now we're going to start talking about nodes since we got done talking about the Phoenix token. So, I'm going to show the Bellator back office, and I'm also going to show the Cashflow NFT back office, which is an older one, which some of you may not be familiar with if you'd only joined during Bellator. So let's start with Bellator. So as you can see in Bellator, you're going to be shown how many nodes you have, how many Miracle Pay nodes, how many Mirix coins, how many Guardian nodes. There's a lot of information here. And what you need to be aware of for what I'm going to show you in a little bit is how many nodes does Bellator say that you have in your Bellator back office? Okay, so in my Bellator back office, it says that I have 2 Guardian nodes. That's important for me. For you, you're going to want to know how many Miracle Pay nodes, how many Guardian nodes, how many convertible Italian nodes. You're going to want to know all the different number of nodes. You're going to want to know how many you have. Okay? So for me, I have 2 Guardian nodes, all right? And if I go to Cashflow NFT, I have 3 nodes, and these are the what are called the Phoenix code nodes, or I like to call them the OG nodes. I have 3 of those. So in total, I have 5 nodes. Now I'm going to pause here for a moment because I want to show you how from the Cashflow NFT section, right? I have 3 nodes here. I can actually see the Cashflow NFT nodes on a website called OpenSea. Now, I'm not going to go into any great detail with this. I just want to show this very quickly so that people can see it. So if I go to my profile, I connected my wallet that has my original nodes in it, my OG nodes. I have my wallet connected, and I go to the hidden section. I can see here that on the Avalanche network, I have my 3 nodes, okay? Now, because everything migrated, what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for these 3 nodes, right? These 3 NFTs to then be on the Miracle Chain network. And I'm also going to be looking for my Guardian nodes to be there as well. Now, I have 2 different wallets in play, but I'm going to be showing everything to as I go along. But as you can see here, I already know that this particular wallet had the 3 nodes in it on Avalanche because I was able to verify that on OpenSea. Okay, so there they are. Now we're going to go back here to Bellator. Bellator says 2 Guardian nodes for me, and then Cashflow NFT says 3 code nodes, Phoenix code nodes. Okay, now the next part that I'm going to talk about has to do with the Miracle Chain Explorer. You may be familiar with something like Snowtrace, is what we were using on Avalanche, or Etherscan on the Ethereum network, where you can go look at transactions, or you can look into your wallet and see what exactly is going on with your wallet. Well, that is exactly what we're going to do. And if you remember when we set up that Miracle wallet in your MetaMask, there was a Block Explorer URL. You remember that URL? Well, that is the URL that we're going to use and put in a browser. You can see it right up here at the top, and we get to the Miracle RPC Explorer. Now, I've already connected my wallet to the network here because I wanted to go ahead and take a look into it. And so you can see here, you can search by a wallet address. You can connect your wallet. You don't necessarily have to, but we're going to go take a look into this wallet that has my original Phoenix code nodes in it, and I'm going to show you how you can see those NFTs on the Miracle Chain Network. Now, because I don't have the Phoenix Pay nodes, I don't have the Italy nodes, I don't have any of the other nodes. The only two nodes that I have are the Guardian node and the Phoenix code node, the OG node, but I have them in different wallets. So this is the wallet that I have the three code nodes in, and you can see here it says token transfers 3, and that matches. So if I click on this section here where it says token transfers, you'll see that I have 3 NFTs. They're called the Universe NFT here on the Miracle Chain. But there are my 3 original nodes. Now I can click on the token ID if I want to get some more information. It says that it is the Phoenix full node, right? And so this is one of the 3 code nodes that I have. Now, on yours, you may have more than one uh different named node. I was saw someone helping me, and we were looking at their wallet the other day, yesterday, and they had 3 different nodes here, right? They had the Miracle Pay node, they had the code node, and then I forget the other node that was there, but this is where their nodes were. So in the token transfer section, that is where your nodes are going to be. Now remember, the email stated that they sent me that 12,000 Phoenix, right? Because that was my rewards. Well, here is the let me find the transaction. Here is that transaction in internal transactions. It happened about 2 days ago, where they sent me that 12,447 Phoenix. So here was the record of that being sent to my wallet. Okay, so here's that transaction history. All right. And so this Explorer is very valuable for you determining what is in your wallet on the Miracle Chain network. Now, I know I'm going to go back here to the Miracle wallet. I know a lot of people, myself included, thought that all of the assets, all of the nodes, all of the tokens were going to be transferred into your Miracle wallet. They weren't. They were transferred to the Miracle Chain, and you have to add the Miracle Chain mainnet to your MetaMask account in order to see that. Now, what can happen now that you have a Miracle wallet and you have Miracle Chain on your MetaMask account? You can transfer from MetaMask to Miracle Chain. Now, I would say give it a few days. Wait for any more announcements about any hiccups or anything that may be going on with Miracle Chain, since it is a brand new chain. But in the long run, you'll be able to transfer anything that you have in MetaMask over to your Miracle wallet if you want it to be in your Miracle wallet. And the last thing that I'm going to cover and touch on is going to be the rewards, and I'll do that here in just a moment. So we're going to go back to the Explorer because I wanted to show the last thing here, which was the Guardian nodes. I told everybody I had the two Guardian nodes, right? Well, my Guardian nodes are in this particular wallet, okay? Which is connected to my Bellator account. This is my Bellator account. I have a verified MetaMask wallet, but you'll notice that there are no token transfers. Okay, so the Guardian nodes, for whatever reason, are not in my account yet. Now I'm going to give the company a few days before I reach out to support and say, hey, what's going on? Where are my Guardian nodes? Right? But every other node is that I've seen in token transfers, but I haven't seen any Guardian nodes. So I'm still waiting for some information about that. So don't necessarily be alarmed if you don't see the Guardian nodes there, but just be aware and watch for any communication from the company with regards to that. Now, the last thing that I want to touch on is how do you claim your rewards? Because that's going to be the next thing, whether you're doing it in Bellator or you're doing it in Cashflow NFT. I have to do it in Cashflow NFT because that's where my nodes are, right? And so if you go to the reward center, whether you're doing this in Bellator or you're doing it in Cashflow NFT, we're gonna go here. Give me just a moment. We're gonna go to Miracle Mainnet. We're gonna click confirm. And just like before, you're gonna see that you can claim some Phoenix, right? Based on the nodes that you own, right? Now, your MetaMask account, your MetaMask wallet has to be on the Miracle mainnet that you added. It cannot be on Avalanche. It has to be on Miracle Mainnet now, but you can see here that I can claim up to 1088.93 of Phoenix. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to watch it together. So I'm going to go ahead and click claim. It's going to open my MetaMask. It's going to say, okay, here's the network fee. I'm going to click confirm. Right? And then we're just going to give it a moment. And it failed. So there was an error. And I know that there are people that are getting this error. So again, I'm just going to wait for the company because this has already been reported to them. I just wanted to show it on the video for those of you that are watching this shortly after I record it and release it, that this is something the company is aware of and not to be too concerned with it. Just watch for an email or communication from the company letting us know when this is fixed and we can start claiming again. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to wish everybody a happy new year for the year 2026 and have a wonderful rest of your day whenever you are watching the video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Thank you for watching today's video. Do something today to make somebody smile. You never know. It just might change the world.